Right. I mean, when I look at most successful marriages, there's usually a higher calling in that marriage. It's not about who's sleeping with whom.
The family
You
crest.
know, sometimes the guy's messing around, sometimes the girl's messing around.
Yes.
And sometimes they both know about it.
Yes.
But there's children at stake. There is a business at stake. There is legacy at stake. So they put aside whatever temporary things go on and stay together because there's a bigger picture here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't quite get that. And I think a lot of people go into marriage saying, okay, I'm attracted to this person right now. I'm sexually attracted. I like sleeping with the person. But at some point, that's probably going to fade away.
Yes.
And then what do you have? And if the relationship is just based on sex, it's just not going to last. Not forever.
Nope.
You'll have a good run. But at some point, you know, you're left with a person. And I think what also happens is, in the same way that women are quote unquote groupies of certain types of men are groupies for certain types of women.
Okay.
So men will pursue, how I said earlier, the hot girl. You know, Lori Harvey is the hot girl right now. Chloe Bailey is one of the hot girls right now. You love the idea of that person. You see them on Instagram. There's a lot of Photoshop and filters that go on with that. That's not really how the person looks.
Nope.
That's not really how their body or face really looks. You don't really know what their personality is like. You don't know what their habits are like. So you want to, you know, and I'm not just talking about the big, you know, whoever that is in your life. Maybe it's the local hot girl in your high school or your college or whatever. You get obsessed and you become a groupie of this person. And then when you finally deal with that person, you realize I was just in love with the idea.
Right.
You know, as opposed to the reality of it. Like, for example, I think that's what happened with Kim and Kanye. I think Kanye loved the idea of having the hottest chick, you know, out there, the most desirable woman, period, you know, who I think, you know, and Kim, I think really changed the way we look at beauty. Before Kim, a voluptuous white girl wasn't really celebrated like that.
Right.
Not really, not all across the board.
Well,
you know,
I would put it this, one, I wouldn't be surprised if they get back together. Put a pause there, because they have so much stuff outside of what they already have. And when you have, from what I understand, Kanye is a bit of a complex personality.
Oh, yeah.
So if she's able to deal with him, you know, I get to talk to more women who have been on the side of that 8, 9, or 10, even the adjustable 6 or higher, who have had access to all these men. And they're saying, I wish I'd have stayed with the guy I met earlier. And what we're ultimately doing is we have these conversations about, I have that conversation about sex. All right, what are you willing to give up if attraction wasn't there? And see, the conversations we tend to have are conversations that are about longevity, not just the short-term stuff. And because those things aren't being talked about a lot, it makes us a viral moment, some interesting conversations. But I think what we're doing more than anything else is getting the conversation started between men and women. And the refreshing thing about my show is it is obvious that men want women. They want to be married. And it's obvious that many women are saying, I want to have a relationship. We just don't know how. We've had the last 40, 50 years tout the individual, tout do what you want, live your best life, and that kind of stuff. And see, how do we correct this to get the outcomes you possibly want if you want something different? And that's what it really comes down to. I talk to a lot of women. What do you want? I don't judge what it is you want. I don't judge any of that. But can you get it? And as much as we talk about high value men, I also have a very thing that I really dislike is when women come onto my show and crap on average guys. That happens every week. And that's when I tend to get upset, because I'm sitting here I'm sitting here being told, um, you have to say it this way or that way, or you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. But then you have women who are looking at men who are firefighters, policemen, military, computer programmers, science, engineering, technology, and math. They're calling them lame, corny, goofy, dusty, this, that. Average guys getting crapped on. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. Everybody can't be this high value man. There are only so many of these guys. What about the rest of them? And when we can make average guys cool and make average looking women who are average looking or cute women who are cute women not feel like they're losing something or settling for getting with people who are around their same level, then we got a little progress.